Hi, it's Alyssa. I am here with your reading. I hope you're doing well today. So, this is your spread. What I've done is I have pulled a row of cards for your questions. You wanted to know, is your ex going to come back? When? And I also pulled a row of cards asking about the potential outcome of this situation, where this connection might go in the future, etc. So, let's just jump right into this with your first question. Is he going to come back into your life? So, the first card that came out was the Magician. You mentioned in your message that you are working on manifesting him back into your life, and the Magician card does speak of manifestation. So, right away, this tells me that your manifestation is working. You are making progress here. And so, I do think that he's going to come back. Okay? We also have the Lovers card. So again, this is a really positive card to get when you're asking about a relationship, because this card is about love, it's about union, partnerships. So I'm seeing this as the two of you eventually coming back together, okay? So that's, like, the energy of this spread is really, really beautiful. It feels really good. I feel like there's a lot of positive stuff in store for you and your ex in the future. You guys are just in a period right now where it's a dark time, okay, for this connection, but I think that it's going to move into a really positive direction in the future. Right now you're kind of in this Nine of Swords energy. You're worried, you're nervous, you're stressed about what's going to happen. Is he going to come back? Are you going to see him again? Is this really the person that you're meant to be with, or is this all just in your head? And of course, you're not letting go of it, right? Because you care about this person so much. And I don't think that he's letting go of it either. I'm seeing that both of you are holding on to this connection, even though you're really not in touch right now. But will he come back? Yes, I think so. Your Oracle card is Poised. So this card talks about readiness. Okay, it talks about being prepared for what's to come, being prepared for the next step on your journey. So to me, this is a yes. To me, this is, you are doing the right things. Your manifestations are working. And as far as when he's going to come back, I think it will be relatively soon. We have the Chariot card, which talks about movement. So, this being a very active card, I don't think that this is going to take long. The number on this card is 7, so I'm thinking maybe in the month of July he will come back, which that's not too long from now. That's only like a month and a half away. The issue is that right now he is kind of in this energy of being stuck. He is like feeling very indecisive. He's very unsure of what his next move should be. The Two of Swords talks about, being unable to make a decision. It's about being kind of locked in a stalemate. And I think that's where he's at right now. It's like he wants to come towards you. He wants to move towards you with the Page of Wands. This is movement. This is action. This is like wanting to make an offer, right? To kind of start something new. And I think he still loves you a lot, with the Two of Cups being here. This card is about, union and partnerships as well. It's like unconditional love. It's like, I wouldn't be surprised if you and your ex are soulmates, given that the Two of Cups is here and the Lovers. Because these two are like the main soulmate cards, right? So there is this feeling like, the two of you have a larger purpose, a larger role to play in one another's lives. And so, because those purposes have not been fulfilled yet, you will come back together. But he's not quite ready yet. I think he's still feeling hurt by what happened. And, you can't manifest a person to do something that they aren't willing to do. So, even though he wants to come back towards you, eventually he's not ready to do that just yet, and so that's why he hasn't. Really, I think you probably could ease up a little bit on the manifestation if you want to, because, you've already done the work. You know that it's already working. He just, at this point, it's just a matter of him being ready. Does that make sense? Manifestation can take a lot out of you energetically, so, if you want to take a break on that, that would be fine, because you've already made your wish clear to Spirit. Spirit already knows that you want this, and it's working on bringing you this, okay? It's just a matter of time now. Your Oracle card is Peace. So, what this is telling me is that you can be at peace knowing that this is a person that is kind of meant to be in your life. And just because he's not here now, that doesn't mean that he's never going to come back, because he will come back, right? And at this point, you just kind of have to step back and wait and accept that, this is only going to happen when the time is right, okay? The key to finding peace is to accept the things that we cannot change, and that's really what this card talks about. So, you've done what you need to do. You've done your part. Now you just have to, accept that you're going to have to wait a little bit and just wait. Because, like I said, he's in this Two of Swords, he's in this Eight of Swords energy. He's feeling isolated. He's withdrawn. He is wanting to kind of just be alone because, like I said, I think he still feels quite hurt by the breakup. It is still affecting him a lot. But we also have this beautiful new beginning on the horizon with the Ace of Pentacles. This is, the two of you being able to start over, brand new. And we have the Eight of Wands here, so this is change. Okay, the way that this connection is existing, the way that it is now, it's not going to stay this way. Okay, there's going to be changes happening. There's going to be communication, there's going to be action, there's going to be movement, okay? And you guys are going to get to a point where you're going to be able to have a stable, secure relationship again. With the Knight of Pentacles, this is about stability and commitment and consistency, okay? The thing about the Knight of Pentacles, though, is that it is earth energy, so it does move a little slowly. So, like I said, there's going to be a little bit of a wait. But I do think that he will come. And like I said, I feel like it's probably going to be in the month of July. But, again, you've done everything that you can do. And now you just have to wait for him to make that choice to come towards you. This is fork in the road. This card talks about having a decision to make. And, we talked about that with the Two of Swords. He has this choice. Does he completely walk away from this, or does he come back towards you? He can't make that choice right now because he just doesn't feel like he can. He doesn't want to walk away from you, but he doesn't want to come towards you either because he still feels very emotional about it. He still feels very raw. He still feels hurt. But once he processes those emotions and once he works through that, he's going to make that choice. Okay? And I think he's going to choose to come towards you. That's what I'm seeing happening. Now, keep in mind that the future is not set in stone. The future is not guaranteed. This outcome is just based on the situation's current trajectory, the path that you guys are on right now. It is changeable, but because, you know, the future is determined by our actions. But I think that, you know, based on how this energy is looking, this is going to be the most likely outcome. Okay? So I really feel like he is going to come back towards you, and I feel like it's probably going to be in July or around July. So possibly June, possibly August, but I'm feeling July pretty strongly. And I want to pull out one or two more oracle cards for you and just see if there's anything else that they want to add or if they have any advice. Okay. We have Treasure Island reversed and we have Serendipity reversed. So give me 1 second here to look at these cards. So, Treasure Island, this card upright talks about abundance, it talks about confidence. In the reverse position, it's like a lack of confidence. The energy is kind of, it's like the mentality of not being enough, okay? I kind of feel like this sort of mentality of not being enough, of, you know, this relationship being too much for you both to handle. I think that played a big part in why you broke up in the first place. And I feel like the key moving forward is for you guys to understand that you know, given the amount of love that you have for each other, I feel like this is something that you guys can make work, like, no matter what, really. I feel like there isn't any obstacle that the two of you can't work together to overcome. But you have to have confidence that you'll be able to do that. Because if you have doubts, if you don't think that you and your partner are going to be able to work something out, then you're not. Okay? You understand? So basically, I just think you need to have faith in this connection and have faith in your ex and trust that moving forward, like when you guys do come back together, you will make it work. If you don't think you will, then you won't. You know? You have to trust that it will work out in order for it to work out. Does that make sense? We also have Serendipity, which this card a lot of times talks about opportunities. It talks about synchronicities, luck, good fortune, the universe kind of aligning to, you know, give you messages or to give you certain gifts. With it in the reverse position, though, this card is more like, the message is like, you have to understand that we don't always, we aren't always going to be able to see why certain things happen the way that they do. You know, spirit works in strange ways sometimes, and we're not always going to be able to see why certain things are happening. We're not always going to be able to make sense of what's going on around us or see, you know, where it's leading us. But we have to trust that everything that is happening for a reason. And I think that's what this is, I think that's what this separation is. I feel like it has occurred for a higher purpose that you are just not aware of yet. Okay, I feel like this was possibly somewhat necessary for the two of you to grow, to do a little bit of growing and learning, so that in the future, you know, when you guys do come back together, you will be more prepared for what lies ahead for the two of you. Does that make sense? You're kind of, you know, you're disappointed that this breakup happened. But I think it was, you know, based on this card being here, I feel like it was necessary. because Spirit always knows, what we need. And it's always going to do what it can to guide us in whatever direction we need to go in, whatever direction we're meant to go into. And so, yeah, I feel like this separation has been an opportunity for both of you to, do some introspection and do some growing and, become better versions of yourself so that in the future you guys will be more prepared to face the world together. Does that make sense? You'll have more tools and more wisdom to, work things out when they aren't going well and that kind of thing. Does that make sense? Basically, this separation has not been for no reason. Okay? You guys are going to be different people when you come back together, a little bit, but that's going to be a good thing. You're going to be a little bit more mature and a little bit wiser, and that's going to help you guys moving forward. Okay? So that's really all the messages that I have for you today. I hope this reading was helpful, and I hope it gave you some insight. If you need me to clarify anything that I talked about, for example, if anything that I said was unclear or just didn't make sense to you, please let me know, and I will do my best to explain it better. Thank you so much for choosing me to be your reader today. I really appreciate it. I am wishing you the best of luck, and I hope to hear from you. Bye!